this 200-year, I mean, a person who has been given 200-year prison
The presidential
term,
pardon, yes.
and who has been enlarged on a sort of a presidential pardon, whether the process has been followed. I think I'm also in agreement, because just because there is a provision in the Constitution where the executive is empowered to exercise certain powers, of course now the law has evolved. And earlier on, if you look at it, and when the executive powers cannot be kind of challenged even in court. If it is powers, it's a constitutional rights, and constitutional rights cannot be challenged. But with the passage of time, the law has evolved. Like you could see, like even the dissolution or the removal of the Prime Minister at one point of time. And that was challenged before the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court, I think that's a very, anyone knows about this judgment. I shall not, waste time on that. So the court has, basically pronounced the judgment. Just because you have a power, if you have gone beyond the powers that has been conferred, if the exercise of powers are ultra-virus and acted, beyond the powers that has been conferred, certainly that is a situation where irrespective of the separation of powers, there are so many, the concept that we can talk about it, then the court has just stepped in and the court has, pronounced the judgment to have it corrected. Likewise, now the issue here is the president has pardoned not only that prisoner, but you can see, and there was a time where this a girl was murdered by the person, Royal Park, very infamous Royal Park murder. And all of a sudden, at the last, the 11th hour of the last the president, what did he do? He pardoned the person, and he went out of his office. So that is challenging the Supreme Court.
And the president at that time went on to say, after this pardon was given, that certain elements had even taken money to secure the release. Now, this is alarming.
Of course, and not only alarming, and it's laughing. It's a laughable thing. Like for me, of course, when the executive, after exercising those powers, not knowing that he is the president of the country, and if he has, basically placed his signature on the dotted lines, and the person has, basically allowed to go free after, basically murdering a person, which has, brought so much of kind of attention, not a good attention to the country. A person, a girl, like, not the local person, or a foreigner, has been killed. And then what happens? So my point would be, must be a proper process that must be followed.
So we are getting